So I need you to please fact check when people say stuff. Whether that is Donald Trump, fact check him. Whether it's Kamala, fact check her. Please, because they're not getting hit. They're not getting hit. They're cool right now. We're the ones getting hit with the decisions that we're gonna make moving forward. We're gonna be the ones that get the back end of things. They're gonna be all right. They're gonna get security, private security. They're the president. You not the president. What's good with my 3P family? Welcome back to my channel. You already know the vibes. Dap me up. Appreciate you, man. It is currently 4:30. Excuse me. It is 5:30. Excuse me. And today is Saturday. And there's some things I want to talk to you about, which is voting. Voting with emotions will be the downfall for Americans. Okay, I was talking with a guy I work with named Poe. If you guys don't know, Poe is an older guy, and sometimes he reminds me of Uncle Ruckus mixed with Craig's dad from Friday. You know, he be lit sometimes, and sometimes he be rambling, and sometimes he be saying some stuff that'll make you think. And this was one of them. And he was talking about young people don't vote no more because they don't know who to vote for. True. Especially my generation where people vote with emotions. There was a conversation that was held prior to Poe telling me this. He was talking with a lady that works with us. And she said, well, I'm voting for Kamala because she's black. We cannot vote like that, man. And there's a lot of young people behind me that don't vote or they have this mindset. And I want you guys to not do that, okay? Every election cycle, we're, let me articulate my words. We're bombarded with messages, slogans, and promises. The pressure to pick a side between, Republican, Democrat, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, it's never been greater, okay? But what happens when we let our emotions guide us to voting a decision? That's a problem. A lot of people don't understand, like, the reality of all of this. Our parents aren't going to be here forever, okay? My generation and the new generation behind me and the generation after that, we are going to, make a change with the United States because we're voting. And if we're voting like this or not voting at all, how are we going to have change, y'all? Like, it's not going to work. I don't really do politics because it gets too emotional, or like, people, tend to get mad with certain things that you may say. But all I'm saying is just take into consideration of both parties and listen to both. Listen to both. Don't just get up and say, I ain't voting, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Okay, candidates, they typically tap into fears, hopes, and dreams to sway our votes. That's what happens, But I just really want you to really listen to them. Listen, listen. They know that a passionate voter is more likely to turn out at the polls. But there's a problem with the approach of that. To me, when we vote based off emotions, we risk overlooking facts and policies that truly matter, is what I'm saying. Like, don't just vote to vote. Vote and have an understanding of what's going to be happening, because every decision that we make, sorry y'all, my camera's kind of tweaking right now. Every decision that we make can have a drastic change to all of us, y'all. Like, and a lot of people don't understand that, like, especially my generation, which it scares me a lot, because it's people out here that think like that. That's just that on that. There's ads that play on TV all the time to put fear, anger, and hope. It's designed to evoke your emotions. It's designed to give you a reaction, but you have to look past that. You know, they push us to make quick decisions. Like the election is going to happen very, very soon. They just had a debate, right? Pretty sure nobody from my generation was watching it. Probably not. I did. And, you know, that's just that on that. I don't really do politics, but this is something that needs to be said because a lot of people aren't understanding what's going on in the world, you know, and then wonder why things aren't going right. Fully understanding all of this is what's going to help us. Voting with emotions can be dangerous. Just look at it like this. Emotions often drive us to focus on immediate concerns with things. You get me? Rather than, how can I word this? Rather than the long-term consequences, okay? We might vote for a candidate, right, who promises quick fixes without considering the potential damage that's gonna happen down the line, okay? Another thing I noticed with this election is the manipulation with things. Like, this is why you have to just do your research on stuff. Like, and a lot of people don't do it. They just go off word of mouth. No, you need to look into these things. And a lot of my generation doesn't do it. And it's sad because then, like I said, they wonder why stuff don't go right. Wonder why we in the situation we in now. You know, politicians, and this is why I would never do politics, never. But this is why politicians and like the media outlets know how to manipulate you, because you just go off word of mouth and emotion. They use fear to appeal and sensualize situations. And then they push it towards you for certain candidates do this, okay? Like, and it's weird. Like, when you really sit back and you like evaluate what's going on and you understand how the world is working right now, it gets crazy. You know, regardless of whether they are in our best interest, regardless, please do your research, okay? On all of this. You know, emotional voting can deepen social divides. What do I mean by this? Trying to put my words together. When we vote based on feelings rather than facts, we're more likely to see the other side as enemies rather than fellow citizens with a different perspective. Now, and this is, I'm speaking for both sides, Kamala and Donald. Speaking for both sides, okay? You need to do your own research, okay? With these things. When emotions run high, logically, let's think about it. It often takes a back seat with things. This can lead to polarized and divided society, which, I'm gonna be honest, it already is. You know, you got Republicans and you got Democrats. And when they come together, it's a brawl, okay? Pretty much. Where meaningful dialogue with even interviews, if you watch interviews with Donald, if you watch interviews with Kamala, you need to watch both and understand, like, some of this is rigged, some of this is manipulation, a lot. Like, this is why you need to look these things up. And I just want to put it out there for my young people. Please vote. Whoever you vote for, vote. As long as you vote. If you vote Donald, cool. If you vote Kamala, cool. But vote. Do not just be like, oh, I ain't voting. Or not look up information on their policies for Donald, the policies for Kamala. Look these up because this is our life. This is what we're gonna walk into. I don't know, maybe I'm just talking to the wind, but this is some crazy stuff that we need to learn from. And nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it. So what's the alternative to move forward when you're voting? Like I said, please take time to do your research. You know, understand the issues of what the world is going through and see how they're going to fix it, you know, and fact check things. Please fact check things because, like I said, it's not just what the candidates that are running. This whole thing is a manipulation game to get votes, okay? So I need you to please fact check when people say stuff. Whether that is Donald Trump, fact check him. Whether it's Kamala, fact check her. Please, because they're not getting hit. They're not getting hit. They're cool right now. We're the ones getting hit with the decisions that we're gonna make moving forward. We're gonna be the ones that get the back end of things. They're gonna be all right. They're gonna get security, private security. They're the president. You not the president. We need to move forward as a unit, please, bro. Please. Because right now we're not. We're not moving as a unit at all. Please do not vote with emotion. If we do, we are going to be in a situation where a lot of people are going to be unhappy, which they already are. Prices are high. The price of living is high. Everything is high. Things are now about to be getting taxed out the woozah. Now, I really just want to talk to my young people. Please vote, man. Please, please, please vote. I'm voting, okay? Please vote. Go out and vote. I don't care who you vote for at this point, but not voting is a vote. It just goes to one of the sides. Not voting is a vote. Please vote.